The Men Around the Fire idea is really something where we want men to just be authentically themselves. Just come here and just share. And people walk away here, and this is a very short interaction, so this is not a rah-rah, you get a certificate at the end. This is that very first step in building a relationship and finding connections where you can go, like, hey, we had such a nice conversation the other night at Men Around the Fire, how about a coffee, and how about this, and just building that space. And for us as men, it is important because we're supposed to lead our families. We can't do this alone. So often our ego gets in the way of this, like being a father, being a husband, being, running a business. My ego gets in the way of living that out in the full because I don't want to share, because I also don't want someone to tell me like, maybe you're doing that wrong, because I perceive that as rejection and criticism. But when I share in a space where I've built that depth of connection and there's that vulnerability and accountability, I know that if I share this with someone, whatever that person is sharing back and the feedback I'm getting, it's because they love me, they care for me. They want to see the best for me and for my family and for my business, and so that's what I need. And so the encouragement is just always find the ways to do this. And it's not a formal setting. It's, we find a space to do it. It's a night out. This is one of the best investments you can make for yourself. It's just to go, I'm going to spend some time with some guys that I know whose hearts are in the right direction. What can I get from that? And I'm going back, and I'm going to be a better father and a better husband and a better whatever. That commitment part is going to be there because I've shared this space. And that means also I can then go out and I can just arrange a couple of my friends and go like, hey guys, come and get. And we can do it in our lounge, or we can go and just take a hike, and whatever it is. I mean, like, Men Around the Fire is nice because there's a concept around this for men that is good. Men like to make fire. That's always great. You sit in a circle, so there's none of this like direct face-to-face thing. It's not as intimidating. As it gets darker, you can kind of get a little bit lost in that. And so it does create a very safe space for us to enter into a place that we feel and perceive as being very dangerous. And it's just worked so well. I mean, the stories that over the years we've done this, just the stories around fires where men have really opened and shared so vulnerably, and being able to walk away from that just feeling so free from heavy burdens. I've got such a passion for the restoration of masculinity, and especially godly masculinity. For me, it's something that's so valuable. But this is a space where there's no judgment. It doesn't matter where you come from, doesn't matter what you believe in. Just come into a space where you can just feel that there's acceptance and there's connection, and that you can actually just share that stuff that you so desperately need someone to just carry the load for.